What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking all things Star Wars Celebration. I'm going to tell you what to bring, make sure you don't forget anything at home, and we'll talk a little bit about the experience that you're about to have. Because we're only 4 days away.
Hello there.
I am the king!
First thing, most important thing, don't forget your backpack. You better have one with lots of pockets, have ones with lots of zippers. Make sure you can fit whatever you want to bring into the convention center in that backpack. If you might want to have a chair in there, I got one here, I'll show you here in a minute. I got it decorated with a ton of pins. It's got a nice big entrance here, or big pocket in the beginning there. And then tons of zippers, little pockets on the sides. I carry everything in here. I'm a big in the Funkos. I get a lot of those autographed. I can usually get 5 of those in there pretty safely, and I even have room sometimes for like a Hasbro or a book or whatever else I'm bringing. So yeah, don't forget that stuff. Backpack is essential. Next thing is, I know a lot of people collect pins. So I have a ton of pins. I try to collect exclusives. A lot of this is from San Diego, New York. I just picked up a few new ones. Here's one from ICC. So I'm going to give you a little tip here. On Amazon, they're called pin locks. So what it is this little thing here. It has a little screw in it. So what the idea is you take your pin, instead of using like the old clasps or those rubber ones, which are just terrible, and this is especially important if you're going to put them on a backpack. If you're going to put them on your lanyard, maybe not quite as important. It's on you. It's not going to be banging around and stuff. But on backpacks, this is really important. So if I take my my little Headless Nut Stark pin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pin lock and I'm going to put it on there. And then what you do is they give you an Allen wrench, and all you're going to basically do is, so you attach it onto the backpack and you screw it on, and it will lock it. And that thing ain't coming off. I've never had a problem. I've never lost a pin with one of these on there. I would say every 2 cons I probably go through and just kind of retighten. But honestly, most of the time they're not even loose. So I highly recommend one of those pin locks if you are a serious pin collector like me. Like I said, I collect a lot of exclusive pins. So next up, let's talk about that chair. So again, you can find these on Amazon. This is the one that I have. I've taken this to SDCC. I've almost slept in this thing basically overnight. They're very convenient because the bag will fit right into the backpack. So that is something you can go ahead and put in. So that's why you don't have to carry it around. You bring a bigger lawn chair or whatever, you got to strap it on your shoulder. It's just something else to carry. So these are nice because they will fit right into your backpack. So if you are a person who may be outside for a couple hours before the con enters, if you got one of those panels in the morning and you're trying to get in there and you want to be front row or whatever, and you're going to be out there for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, highly, highly recommend it. All right, let's talk about posters. So they make these poster tubes with a strap. So that makes it really, really nice. You can swing it over your shoulder, and that way you can carry your poster and you don't have to bend it or fold it. Now, you might be asking, well, why does his have this little white tip on the top there? So what I'm actually doing is I'm flying from Cleveland to Anaheim. So I am trying to get a couple pictures. I'm getting one with Ewan McGregor. I'm getting one with Ashley Eckstein. And the other one I'm going to get is with Katie Sackhoff. So with Ewan and Ashley, what I decided to do, instead of just standing there like a basic picture, I'm actually bringing 3 lightsabers with me. Actually, I'm bringing 4 lightsabers with me, but I'm bringing 3 blades. And so I'm going to use those in the pictures. So what I had to do is I had to take another tube and saw it, and then I just taped it around, and I can use that as a carry-on. So this will be like my personal item. So that's what I'm doing with this tube. But again, if you want to just have poster tubes, you can buy one with a strap. Again, look on Amazon. They pretty much have everything you need for this. If you haven't bought one yet, send it over with Prime. You'll probably get it Tuesday or whatever. So that's a poster tube. I like the ones with the straps because, again, that way you don't have to just hold it and carry it the whole time. All right, next we'll talk about your collectibles. All right, so first off, I see these questions all the time on Facebook. So what do I get my Funko Pop signed with? What should I get my Hasbro Black Series signed with? Listen, there's one choice. And please don't use a Sharpie. Do not ruin don't waste that money on a regular Sharpie on the window or on the Funko Pop or whatever. Use a paint pen. Make sure it's oil based. Guys, they come in every color. There they are. I have every color. I have a gold one upstairs. So there they all are. There's different purples. There's different blues. You can get dark blue, light blue, whatever. Use oil-based paint pens. Trust me. You will be very, very happy when you're in line and you see somebody in front of you with a black Sharpie on there and you don't have a black Sharpie. You got a paint pen in your hand because you're going to be like, thank God I didn't do that. So, please use the oil-based paint pens. Same thing on the Hasbros. So here's my Boba Fett. So what I typically try to do is I try to get a color that's not going to blend in with the entire box. So because this is the carbon, this is all green. I'm not going to use green on this. I think white would pop amazing on this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get this one signed. I have a Funko Pop for Tamara Morrison to sign. But if I was going to get this one signed, I would definitely use white because it pops. Another example, and then let's talk about the protection for this. These are called figure shields. You've probably seen these in my videos before. So figure shields, they're a little bit flimsy, but they do protect the box from any kind of scratches or dents. So it's better than just bringing the box alone. So figure shield. Again, you can find that on figureshield.com. All right, so I'm going to be taking my Bo-Katan to get it autographed. All right. So what I'm going to do is typically I would bring like a sorter box. The other option would be a hard case. So, just to each his own on this. I use the sorter boxes just because of the fact that I don't want these to crack. We're talking these are like $9-10 each. The cracks is just plastic. They have pop shields out there. You have soft protectors. But I typically will throw mine into a sorter box. So, but again, that is another option. You just got to be more careful with banging around. I mean, you want to be careful when you're walking around with these in your backpack anyways, because you don't want to bang into people. But, Star Celebration is probably the third or fourth biggest con, maybe right behind SDCC in New York. So, again, protectors or a sorter box, and you'll be okay with that. So on this one, if you're thinking, what color am I going to get? I think it's going to be between the white and the blue. So, the Funko Pop itself are both colors. So I think either one of these are going to look good on this. Sometimes I'll go a little more extravagant with like a brighter color, like something like orange or yellow, or even like a lime green. But I think in this case, you could probably get away with orange because it matches the outlines of the actual box since this is the Mandalorian version. So this would probably look okay. I wouldn't necessarily go with these. It just doesn't really match at all. So for me, it would be one of these three. And I'm probably leaning toward blue the most just because of the fact that the whole Funko Pop is not blue. There's enough white in there where the blue's going to pop on it. But again, I think any three of these will be fine. All right, next. Let's talk about hygiene. Bring your deodorant. You're going to want it. You're going to need it. Bring your deodorant. Everyone around us is going to thank you. And now, don't forget to stay hydrated. Bring a water with you. Most backpacks have side pockets. Just throw it in there and make sure it's unopened. It's hit or miss. Sometimes they'll check those water bottles. Sometimes they don't. But if it's open and they want you to pour it out, then you have to pour it out or throw it away. So make sure your one's locked. So that's another recommendation. What else do I got here? let's talk about shoes. Bring a comfy pair of shoes. I got my Mandalorian right here. Here's my Mandalorian Adidas I bought. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit hard to see, but I'm trying to show you the logo. There it is. You can kind of peek at it. So I got my Mandalorian shoes. Make sure you wear something comfortable. You know, the nice thing about these cons is you can go in and out. I mean, it's a long day. So make sure you leave, take a break, get some food. The convention center doesn't have the greatest food, but there's plenty of restaurants around. And if you're able to walk back to your hotel, you know, change your shoes if you can. I know what I do is after I'm done standing in line waiting for autographs or whatever, I usually will come back in like the later part of the day. I'll wear some flip-flops or some like sliders, just to kind of like have something different on my feet. So that's always an option. So, you know, think about doing something like that if you're able to. So finally, let's talk about a little bit of the convention. What are you expecting? So it kind of depends what you're going for. So there's panels, there are vendors, there are the exclusives to chase, there's pin collectors. You know, there's people who you buy some pins and you try to find people you could trade. If you look on the merchandise site, I know there's a Luke Skywalker in the Black Jedi robes that you can be trading. You can try to find some of the trade. I believe that is the employees that are working there. So I feel like this is going to be a hard one to get because, you know, they may go right away. Like people are going to be, you know, some people are crazy with these pins. So if you're going to have to get into that Celebration store, get a pin, and you basically just go over and trade. Now here's the catch. Sometimes they won't trade if they already have that pin. So, you know, sometimes if you really want to do this pin thing, buy a bunch so you have different options. You can try to trade with the employees. It's hard. I find it hard. And the Luke, I really want to try to get that one. So, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm only there on Saturday and Sunday, so, you know, I only have half the opportunities to try this. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's talk about panels. So again, hopefully you registered for the lottery that they put out a couple weeks ago, or well, last week I guess it was. I think we're supposed to find out tomorrow if we won any of the lotteries for Funko, Loungefly, or any of those first day panels in the celebration room. So, you know, hopefully you have kind of scheduled things around that in case you win. I know I'm a little bit stuck right now because Saturday morning I'm supposed to line up at 10:30 in the morning for my photo op with Ewan. And if I get that Mandalorian panel, I'm not sure how it's going to work, to be honest. You know, that'll be my first stop is at the Epic Photos booth to try to see what I can do. You know, I know they're pretty good. I remember in Chicago, they're pretty good with being able to adjust. But, you know, because Ewan's only there 2 days and he's completely sold out already. You know, we'll have to wait and see how that works. But I'm hoping that things can be adjusted if I do happen to get lucky enough to win that panel. The other panels, basically you can log into the app or the website for Star Wars Celebration. I believe it is swca22.com. I believe that's what it is. And what you can do there is you can log in and try to access that light speed pass. So basically you're going to log in right at, I think they said 9 a.m. and it's luck of the draw. Can you get in there? You put in what panel you want to go to and you see if you can get it. Now you cannot use that for the celebration stage panels though. So this is going to be for panels only on the other stages. You can also use it for the Star Wars Celebration store, which I'm going to assume most people will do. The wait in that store, it's a long, long wait. 2.5 hours last time I went. It was crazy. A lot of the exclusives were gone. I was still able to pick up some nice things, but I really have my heart set on a couple of those exclusives, so I'm definitely going to be trying to do that Saturday and Sunday. If you're lucky enough to get into the breakfast that was announced with Ashley Eckstein and Matt Ladner, congratulations. I'm super jealous. I tried both days. Both days, had the tickets in the cart, clicked to submit, boom, sold out. So that kind of stinks. So I went ahead and bought the Ashley a photo and autograph so I can get a photo with her, and I'll do the get the autograph on it as well. So at least I can still do that. Let's talk about the other exclusives, not just Funko and Loungefly. There's exclusives all around the con. So again, you can find the list of that on the website. Kind of see what you want, and then they'll release the map. I'm assuming probably I would hope that tomorrow or Tuesday at least, so that way you can kind of plan out your route and how you want to get what you want to get most importantly, and go there first, and see what you can get. I know there's a pretty cool piece of luggage. I'm kind of digging it. I want to see what it looks like in person. It's like a Darth Vader hard shell, carry-on case. So I feel like that's a really, really nice piece. I probably won't ever check it. I'd probably use it as my carry-on because that way it doesn't get all banged up. But I do like the hard shell to help protect whatever you have in there. And again, when I travel on airplanes, I'm usually going to a con or something, so I do like to protect my Funko Pops that way. The Celebration store, it's going to be a long line, so try to use that lightning speed pass. Don't forget your paint pens if you are getting autographs. Oh, I did forget one thing. For photos, here I'll put this in the screen so you can kind of see the name. So this is basically a really nice booklet where it comes with acid-free sheets where you can store up to 6 photos. Actually, I think this one's actually 12 photos. So it was like $8 on Amazon, and what is nice about it is it has, it's not super thick, but it does have enough where you could easily put this in your backpack and not have to worry about those photos getting bent. So I recommend these. I know at the show you could also buy just like a plastic sleeve where you slide it in. I mean, it's going to be about the same, but this I like it because it's double-sided, so it is thick, and then they give you the acid-free sleeves too, especially if you get those autographed. And even autographs, listen, a lot of people use silver Sharpie. It looks good, but if you want pop of color, use a paint pen. There's no rule that says you can't use a paint pen. I'm going to use paint pen on mine because I know that when I get back, I'm going to get these framed, all 3 of my pictures. I'm going to try to do like a portrait style frame, and then we have like a little separations with all 3 of them in. So I'm gonna get mine with color because I want it to pop a little bit. And since I know I'm gonna protect them with really good glass and stuff, there's no reason why you can't do that. Sharpie fades over time, especially on the Funko Pops. So maybe not so much on the photos, but remember the photos are gonna be a little glossy too. So you just want to be careful with what you choose. Show floor will be crowded. I'll definitely be taking some video of the show floor for those of you who aren't making it out. So I would definitely be sharing that with you guys. It's typical. Try to stay on the right if you're walking down the right. Stay on the left if you're passing this way. So you don't really want to make zigzags the best you can. And please walk with purpose. Because sometimes I understand people want to see things and but then stand off to the side. Because sometimes people want to go. Like no one wants to just walk behind the slowest people at the con. So try to stay to the right so that way people can use that middle section to walk. Because it gets super frustrating. You're standing on your feet all day long. And the last thing you want to do is just like mosey on behind someone when you're just trying to get somewhere. So if you're a slow walker, hey, no big deal. Scooch over to the side though, so everyone else can kind of use that middle aisle to go, to really get to where they want to go. Again, the food, I would recommend taking a break, leaving the con for an hour and a half. Go sit down and eat. Some people would just I can't believe how many people will eat that food there, and then half of the people are standing because there's nowhere to sit. I think taking a break in the middle of the day there's nothing wrong with that. So again, that's just my 2 cents. So as far as the panels go, you can look on the app. Make sure you register your badge. Don't forget to do that, especially if you're planning on using that lightning speed. But you can look on the app, and it has a list of all the panels, and you can kind of favorite the ones you like, the ones you might try to get to or go to. That way it's all on there. And I know today they just released all of the autograph and photo op times and groups. So if something doesn't fit your schedule, you can go in there and try to change it. The only one that I saw I wasn't able to change was Billy Lord and Ewan McGregor. Everything else seemed like you could change. Kelly Marie Tran is also sold out, so you may not be able to switch anything right now on that one. So listen, if you are going, I hope you have an amazing time. Enjoy it. Soak it all in. It's, these only happen one every 2 years, and we haven't had one since 2018. So I think people are going to be pretty excited. So if you see me there, come say hi. I'm giving out my Headless Ned Stark pins. I'll give you a business card. And yeah, so let's just have fun. Let's enjoy Star Wars. If you're able to watch Obi-Wan Kenobi this weekend, please be careful with spoilers. Remember, a lot of people are going to be at the con that are obviously big Star Wars fans. And I don't know if people are going to have a chance to watch it. So, online, just, please don't post spoilers and ruin it for other people. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope some of this helped. Drop any questions down below. Head over to my Patreon page. Consider helping support the channel. Also, don't forget to check out my podcast on all major streaming platforms. It says Headless Ned Stark Podcast. And finally, don't forget to smash that like. I appreciate it. All right, guys, take care, and don't forget, keep those heads on.